Hello. What is up, everybody? Welcome all, one and all, back to some more attorney investigations. So last time, we solved the murder, but a lot of things else have been unraveling. So, I would like to mention tonight's stream. I don't know if I'm feeling up for it or anything, but I do not work tomorrow, so I can go as late as I want. But I may choose not to stream as late as I can or want to, because I have other things to do, especially train Fall Guys. Also, I need to update that Fall Guys. I'm gonna do that real quick before I forget. So if you're gonna hear something, that's me updating Fall Guys. But like I said, right now we're just updating Fall Guys, so that way I know it's ready for the event on Saturday. Make sure to be there or be squared. I don't know how I'm gonna turn you into squares, but I will find a way. And it's just gonna force you to play Minecraft with me, really. Okay. Installation is being downloaded at least. So, anyway, but tonight's not about Fall Guys. Tonight, we investigating as an ace attorney! Or something like that. I guess that's the proper way. And I'm sorry, I'm opening a bottle of Gatorade because it was a long day. But like I said, I do not work tomorrow, so I can, if I want to, stream as late as I want. But tomorrow is probably going to be a sole focus on either. I don't know if I'm going to be doing some stuff with the Minecraft server that we play on with. We play with the crew, or if I'm just going to train for Fall Guys. But either way, let's not worry about that now. Let's investigate stuff. Alright, cool. Throw that over here, so that way I won't be like, totally didn't miss you guys, didn't see you guys their chat or whatever. Turnabout Airlines, beginning. That murder occurred in my office. The return of the great thief Yagagatsuru. I still don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Think about everything began on that fateful day 2 days ago. Two days earlier. Okay, good. It was just fine. It was. Firefly. Yes, everything began high in the air. 9,000 feet in the air, to be precise. Thank you for flying Fly Airlines. We are currently experiencing some slight turbulence. We are asking all passengers to please return to their seats and fasten their seatbelts. Oh! That's just one, right? March 12th, 6:15 a.m. Flight I-39, first floor lounge. Ugh. Why do I feel like I just woke up from a horrible nightmare? 6:13. Huh. I guess I was out cold for about 10 minutes. Huh. Slight turbulence indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, we are currently experiencing some slight turbulence. For your safety, we ask that you return to your seat and fasten your seat belts. I suppose turbulence is to be expected on a flight. Though admittedly, I am less than comfortable with anything resembling earthquakes. Right. We know Edgeworth and earthquakes. This is Game War, so he does have seismophobia, so. Huh? What's this? A travel wallet? But it's not mine. How did someone else's travel wallet and wind up in my pocket? My head. I want this headache to go away. I'll take care of this travel wallet later, or hand it off to an attendant. Or some from Earth-like turbulence to an elevator. Oh no! His worst dream nightmare is coming true! Oh no! It's DL6 all over again! Sorry. You guys should have known that joke was coming at some point. The DL6 reference was gonna come at some point. What am I doing hesitating like this? Actually, I know full why I hesitate. As it was from when I was still a young child. Alright, I didn't know if he's gonna go over it, but we're gonna go over DL6 real quick. Alright! Or you guys, you could just wait until Turnabout, or you could just wait a couple months for Turnabout Christmas, because we go into full details then! So should we just take the screenshot of this moment and be like, yeah guys, this is exactly the moment Edgeworth was talking about? Where we get to all the DL6 stuff. No, don't worry about it. Edgeworth is gonna take care of it. Yeah, Edgeworth is gonna take care of explaining DL6 for us. I was caught up in a murder that happened in an elevator. And now, how long am I supposed to let my past haunt me? Especially after Phoenix has saved you from that. It's just an elevator. I'm a grown man now. I need to realize that. This is like the most least Edgeworth line you could ever imagine. I know! The trauma. Well, if I use this now. So, Yakia? Sorry, dang it, I'm fussing. What in the world happened? Is there something wrong, sir? I must ask that you please return to your... He's dead! Please calm down. We mustn't jump to conclusions to set all the facts. What's wrong? Did something happen? You murderer! What? Oh, Edgeworth is taking the cake 4 times! I got times accused of murder. Okay, we back. I saw the reconnecting for a second. March 12th, 6:41 a.m. Second floor, first class. Everyone, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I have an important announcement. I am one of your flight attendants today, Verena Tenero. Unfortunately, we just had a minor incident on this flight. A minor incident? Someone's dead! In that incident, don't treat us like we're stupid. I caught a glimpse of what it was. It was a murder! What? Murder? What's going on with this flight? Everyone, please calm down. There's no reason to panic. This flight will stay on course and make its scheduled landing. We are still currently in the middle of a rough patch of turbulence. So until we're out of this area of turbulence, I ask that you please remain seated. But someone was killed, right? I mean, what about the killer? Let me off. Please, there is no need to feel threatened. We have already apprehended the culprits. Yep. Look, like I said, you're not a true protagonist of an Ace Attorney game unless you're arrested on the suspect of murder twice. Okay, so the first time Edgeworth wasn't arrested, so therefore, this is a Renosuke situation though, so I'm counting it, because if we're counting Renosuke in episode 2 of Adventures, we gotta count this moment too. I asked everyone please remain calm. What the heck is he talking about? Why should we remain calm? My name is Miles Edgeworth. I'm a prosecutor and I assure you I am not the killer. Ha! Being a prosecutor doesn't make you incapable of murder, buddy. Oh yeah, well tell that to shit, I was about to say, tell that to Godot. But I was like, oh shit, Godot did murder. I was gonna make a joke. Okay, that was a joke. Tell that to Francesca! She didn't murder. And she's a prosecutor. She did badly injure a lot of people, though. But she never murdered! Now, you listen here. I'm not the killer. I simply found the body. So you say, however. I'm sure that you are the perpetrator of this crime. I swear on my honor as a professional flight attendant. Right, because that makes so much sense. Oh, is that right? I know what I saw. You saw a guy opening... If anything, you saw a guy opening an elevator and discovering a dead body. And there's even very strong incriminating evidence to back me up. What kind of incriminating evidence are you talking about? We've already alerted the proper authorities at our destination. Until we land, you will remain in our custody by the powers vested in our captain. I'm very sorry, but please understand our situation. Your situation? I'm more concerned with mine and the direction it's going in. Not about to just sit idly about when I get accused of murder. Miss Tenro, is it? Yes? I was wondering if you might give me a chance. A chance to do what? A chance to plead my case. And a chance to ask what you mean by incriminating evidence just now. To accuse a passenger of such a grave crime without allowing him to a proper defense. Trust me, this professional flight attendant, you do not just know who you apprehended as a murderer. This isn't his first time being arrested as a murderer. Can the professional flight attendants inside you really call this action righteous? You have a point. Very well. I'll listen to what you have to say. But be wary of what you reveal. I'm afraid you're only look more suspicion if the explanation fails to satisfy. I also do not have the time to deal with you all day, so please make it quick. Of course, as you wish. Good. Very well then. Let's get started. I know for a fact that I didn't kill the man in the elevator. What I don't know is what sort of evidence she has up her sleeve. But I'm certain it doesn't fit with how the crime really occurred. I'm getting right into it! Right, what did you see? I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth as a professional flight attendant. Unfortunately for you, Mr. Edgeworth, I am certain you are the killer. In your scene I saw in front of the elevator, it was you standing there with fresh blood dripping off the murder weapon. So if you please cooperate, we'll turn you in just as soon as we land. That's it? That's her evidence? She saw me with the murder weapon? Are you sure it was the murder weapon? Alright, let me get my prosecutor skills out. I'm playing so much as a defense. Time to time to bring out the prosecutor in me. I don't think you could ask agree, Mr. Edgeworth. Not really, it's hardly perfect when there's a gaping hole in it. Tell me, what exactly puts the pro in professional flight attendants for you? Well, it means we are very professional about how we take care of our passengers.
Yeah, I don't like this. I don't know about this woman.
Services like fetching papers and responding calls are done with speed and accuracy. I can assure you that I give testimony with the same level of professionalism. I'm sure you already have realized that by now, right? It's a bit hard to appreciate your professionalism when I'm the one under suspicion. And there you have it. My professional testimony is accurate and reliable. You certainly seem sure of yourself. Wait. Picked up the floor in front of the elevator. It isn't mine, so whose is it? Body found at 16 a.m. Inside the elevator stopped at the first floor lounge. Detailed meals, movies, and other service inside. Touch the check button for details. Alright. Of course, a professional flight attendant can't afford to make mistakes after all. Perhaps, but you must admit there's a few who can look at a murder with a clear mind. We attendants all go through extensive training and are always calm and collective.
Flight attendants of the chat, is this true?
I mean, I'm pretty sure I know. I watched enough flight attendant TikToks. We even calmly serve you coffee if you wish it. If you so wish, as the plane makes a splashdown. I fail to see how that would be the calm and rational thing to do in an emergency. Even until the bitter end, we are there to serve the passengers.
You're also there to make sure that the passengers are safe.
That is the duty of all professional flight attendants.
It's not just the duty of
a flight attendant, period. You certainly are confident. Anyways, shall we return to your testimony? Yes? What did you see in front of the elevator? There was That's what I was just about to tell you, Mr. Edgeworth. Framed by the elevator doors and based in the light coming from within. It was you standing there with fresh blood dripping off the murder weapon. The murder weapon dripping with blood. Really now. I swear that's what the realist scene I saw before me. Thank goodness it wasn't a passenger who saw, or there'd be a widespread panic by now. As I recall, you were quite panicked yourself at the time. Excuse me? Don't play dumb. I heard your that I made up for you. You were scared enough to misread the situation and accuse me of murder. Nonsense! Professional flight attendants cannot afford to be that flustered. I witnessed the murder scene and now I'm listening to your defense. All with a smile. Apparently you also lie with a smile on your face. So if you'd please cooperate, we'll turn you over with just as soon as we land. I'm not the culprit, and yet you would keep these restraints on me? Mr. Edgeworth, please try to understand what kind of situation you're in right now.
Oh, I fully understand what kind of situation I'm in. Miss Tendrio, this isn't my first time being arrested on the suspect of murder.
And what exactly is my situation? I have the backing of the captain to keep you bound in this way. We are with our legal rights to restrict anyone who might threaten our captain mid-flight. In essence, you are in the same situation as someone else who has been arrested by the police. So I am to stay restrained until I can't clear up all of her debts. At least I'm close. mistakes shine like a silver lining in the dark rain of plan. And I'm gonna capture some of that light with evidence. Wait. Up. Well, say something. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, yes, I give it a good look, but no matter what angle I look at from it, I don't see how it'll prove you did do it. Ah! Unless I presented the wrong item. I may have not presented the wrong thing. I just may have... The murder took place... Wait. Wait a damn second! She said in front of the elevator! The murder took place in the elevator! Fuck. I thought I had it! Wait. Can we prove that's blood? Nope. The scene I saw in front of the elevator was you standing there with fresh blood dripping off the murder weapon. Is this where I... Huh? Ah! Trial and error, baby! Miss Tandro. What's the yelling all of a sudden? Ah, force of habit. Well, it doesn't matter. Miss Tandro, you say you saw the murder weapon dripping with blood. Is that correct? Yes, all of that blood. Drip, drip, drip. Just recalling that scene sends a chill down my spine. Sorry, but your so-called professional flight attendant training has failed you. What? I'd like to direct your attention to this. Do you know what this is? That's a travel wallet, right? But it looks a little big and bulky. The thing you saw me holding when I discovered the dead body in the elevator was this very travel wallet, Miss Tandro. What? Impossible! Now then, do you still think I am the killer? That I kill him with this with a travel wallet? But I saw blood dripping from the wallet. I know I did. As you can see, this wallet is clearly stained. But if you would be so kind as to take a whiff, I think you'd agree that it's only grape juice. Ah, then that's right. You mistook grape juice for blood. A murder weapon dripping with blood does not in fact exist. No! There, that should clear up that pesky accusation. Wait just a sec. That is, I mean, even a wallet could be as deadly If it was wrapped around something heavy, I demand that you show me what's inside, please. She's trembling, and now and tacked on the please at the end. So it sounds like I got her. There's no need to look inside. Even you can tell from its appearance that it's light. No, I can't be sure of anything until I see the contents of the wallet for myself. She's a persistent one. I suppose that we have no choice but to see what's inside. Miss Sandro, if you'd be so kind to open the wallet and check the contents for me. Alright. I usually don't pry into passengers' belongings, but we have no choice here. It seems that this passport is all that's in here. As you saw, there's nothing but a passport inside. This renders your wallet with a murder weapon argument mute. Wouldn't you agree? Please hear me out, Mr. Edgeworth. What is it now? Well, I was wondering, whose passport is it exactly? Can I take a look? Why not? I'm rather curious myself. Ah! It's Bianchio looking dude. This is just as I thought. This travel wallet belonged to Mr. Akabe Hicks, which makes it the victim's property. Alright. You stole the victim's wallet. No. I saw it and picked it up, and I was going to return it if this didn't happen. Didn't you? How dare you! You said it yourself. You claimed to be holding this wallet in your hands when I found you. Perhaps I didn't misconstrue the wallet for the murder weapon, but it seems that I wasn't wrong about who the culprit is. Do I have to use my own logic? I don't have a logic button right now, guys. As you claim, the murder weapon is not the travel wallet. However, it is something that you stole from Mr. Hicks after you were done with the vile deed. I find it hard to believe myself that your motive was very simple. You were out to steal Mr. Hicks' money, weren't you? I'm a well-off prosecutor! What did you say? What do you really think that's a good enough motive? I'm a prosecutor flying first class! Wait, was I flying first class? I'm still a prosecutor! I am doing well, man! I am a front sports car and everything! Why am I sounding like Phoenix, though? So even though I didn't have the murder weapon on me, you still suspect me. I see. You stood up at the crime scene with the victim's wallet in your hands. How can I turn a blind eye and not suspect you of foul play? Sorry, like I said, this is prosecutor. We need to be more calm and rational about it. Shouldn't that be proof enough for you that I didn't murder the victim? Not at all. Oh, and why not? Because that wallet may or not have been what I thought it was. However, it is something that you stole from Mr. Hooks after you're done with the vile deed. You think I stole it? Yes, I'm very sorry to say it. I wouldn't be usually so rude, but it must be said. I never thought I'd see the day, but here I am, calling a passenger a thief. Just look at the man. Does this man look like a thief? I mean, he's still my heart, but my heart has been passed around from prosecutor to prosecutor, so... And currently it's with Cosima. Maybe I should put a serious face and say it more directly. I believe you removed the wallet from the victim's personnel. It really doesn't matter how you phrase it. What I'd like to know is why you think I stole Mr. Hicks' wallet. I find it hard to believe myself, but your motive was very simple. I don't think I have any sort of motive to speak of. I never met Mr. Hicks before, and our only connection is this one flight. But that is more than enough of a reason. How do you figure? He was sitting first class, and I think the implication is quite clear. You were out to steal Mr. Hicks' money, weren't you? You think I was after his money? Where did that camaraderie idea come from? True, you are also a passenger in first class, but... So why do I need to steal another first class passenger's money? I'm a willow prosecutor! I thought something was off about you, and those deeply itched the lines on your forehead. You don't know the half of it. I had to deal with an idiot defense attorney once. Or was it twice? No, wait, no. We gotta say 4 times. Because we got Turnabout Sisters, Turnabout Samurais, Rest in the Ashes, and then Farewell My Turnabout. At least. They're not lines! They're perfectly normal and part of my face, natural face! I don't think we've ever met someone with such terrible countenance on a flight before. That's when it hit me. You have the face of someone with money troubles. Talk to my partner. Talk to my detective partner. He's the one with money troubles. She's really making a fool of herself, pursuing this line of logic. I should spare her and present a piece of evidence that contradicts her testimony. As you claim the murder weapon is... I'm a prosecutor, damn it! I mean, what other... I'm gonna play it stupid, okay? I'm gonna do the silliest thing I can think of. Alright! Nope! Didn't work! No, I wouldn't! I mean, how would we prove that there was no money in the wallet? There's no money whatsoever inside this travel wallet. I have to claim the murder weapon is not the travel wallet. However, it is something you stole from Mr. Hicks after the vile deed. You were done with the vile deed. Wait a second. I mean, this might sound stupid, but... Alright. It was stupid. This might be foolish, but...
Hey! Foolishness works sometimes.
I'm wondering if I might get a word in with Tenio. What is it now? Miss Tenjiro? I wonder if you noticed the contradiction within your own testimony. What are you talking about? Simply put, you saw it with your own eyes. The only thing inside Mr. Hicks' wallet was his passport. Ah, and if I really was after his money, then why would I steal a penniless travel wallet? But that's right, you, Mr. Edgeworth. You didn't know it was empty when you stole it. You would like to think that, but that's not possible. What do you mean it's not possible? There's no way the killer didn't know the wallet was empty to begin with. Oh, and what makes you so sure? How can I show her and the killer know the wallet was empty from the get-go? Do I present the... The piece of evidence shows the killer would have known the wallet was empty. And what it is that shows me is that. Take a closer look. I am, but all I can see is the fellow struggling a professional prosecutor. Ah! I think you're scrutinized it for long enough. Thank you. I show her something that you can understand. How can I show her that the killer knew the wallet had to be empty from the get-go? If you recall the crime scene, I admit that the wallet was probably not empty at all at the time of the murder. It was pretty evident by the bills and cards strewn around inside of the elevator. Oh no! I think you'd come to realize that the problem with your logic. I would summarize the victim's wallet fell out during the struggle, and that was when the contents emptied onto the floor of the elevator. I doubt the killer could have missed such an occurrence. Then you're saying, yes, according to your suspicion, if I was the killer, I would have been going after a wallet I knew to be empty. And since I clearly was not attempting to gather the scattered money, it renders your argument of theft completely invalid. Forgive me! Please! Hey, what the heck? Are you saying that the attendant was wrong? So that guy isn't the killer? Ha! Don't believe it, everyone. It's a trick. Will you all please be quiet? Miss Tendro. Yes? You lost your cool when you saw the dead body. Plus, the lounge was dark, and looking in from the light of the elevator, it's easily to see how you mistook the wallet in my hand for the murder weapon. I take no offense that you thought I was the killer. Mr. Edgeworth. Thank you for releasing me. I don't understand that. I don't understand! What does this mean? Is that like wingdings? What is it now? What the fuck is this language? Miss Tendro, if you could please translate, I'd be much obliged. Sounds like bushling, but I don't understand any of it. There's another attendant on the flight who... I said he's giving us the roundabout. I don't require an interpreter. I speak English just as well, you see. You, the attendant. Yes, sir? I want this person under the arrest until we arrive at the airport. He did. He committed the murder. I'm sorry, sir, but what exactly are you hoping for? What do you want? I'm finished talking to the likes of you. Please, I would like to hear why you would like me to be held under arrest until we land. How dare you try to waste my time? You're the one who stuck your nose into my affairs! I wanted to spend even at least one more second with my precious art. I'm not gonna steal your art. I might examine it, but I won't steal it! I have no time for other things. I know who you are. I see through you. I'm a well-known prosecutor. You really think I would slip to murder? Sorry, kiddo. Insult. Yes, I am pretty sure that's how you say it in English. Well, I hope that I don't dissolve in water, but I don't think that's what you meant. I'm sorry, but I don't think I caught your name. I'm Zenklebeck II. I'm a very wealthy man in Borgolia. But I'm not an ordinary rich man. I'm an art dealer. A rich seller of beauty. Mr. Langbeck, what do you mean just now? Pardon? When you said that Mr. Edgeworth was giving me the roundabout. I have to explain. Unbelievable. I'll say it once and only once. I don't have even a second of time to waste. Time is money, as they say. Yes, and yet you continue to blather on. I saw it. Yes, I did. I saw the victim go into the elevator. Going down to the lodge. It was exactly 6 o'clock. And what's the significance of that time? At 6, he says. Wait, you saw him at 6? Ah! Well, what's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? He understands, I see. Miss Attendant, at what time did you discover the body? Well, it was a little after that, after turbulence, so I'd say around 6:15. Ah! Hicks! What was his name, was it? Then I saw that man, Hicks, was killed in 15 minutes. Was killed in that 15-minute time span. And the only person in that lounge at the time was the prosecutor, yes? Yeah, I was in my seat the whole time. Me too! I was watching a movie and enjoying a fine glass of grape juice.
Do I have to say grape juice every time? Can we just call it what it is? Is it really
just grape juice, or is it really...
Or can it just be fucking wine?
They're fucking first class. It can be wine. I was eating. Still haven't finished, see? The other passengers had an alibi, so you have no problem with them, I suppose. No complaints, I see. Not a single word against this, right? I have no way of discounting what you have put forth at this point, but it wasn't me. Oh, so you say. But what do you have to say? What do you have what you say? The evidence? I already presented all of my evidence. Shit! Mr. Edgeworth, are you really the culprit after all? Mr. Langworth, I suppose you're quite certain in what you saw. Enough to give testimony? Of course! I was looking at the man the whole time! He was playing with that annoying little, small machine the whole time. Machine? Yes, that's what you people in English call it, yes? It was making me crazy with the click, 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 click. From that description, it sounds like some sort of small computer. I believe what Mr. Leinberg is talking about is a cell phone. I have to say, I did see him playing with it quite a bit myself. A simple cell phone, a laptop, or an organizer I can see. But that's kind of low budget. I hate that nosy little machine in his hand. Not a fragment of beauty, it all produces ugly sounds. Anyways, I know what I saw! Miss Tundro? Yes? I was wondering if I might be granted permission to examine the crime scene. What? You want to examine the crime scene? If you would grant me a little measure of time, I'm sure I can produce the real culprit. I don't like the sound of that. fox in the duck pen. The way he's playing it really makes me seem like he's the murderer. Yes, I think that's how you say it in English. It's fox guarding the hen house, and I believe my innocence was proven earlier. And if I'm given the chance, I can clear up all the remaining doubts. Miss Tendro, if you wait until we arrive, there's a good chance that some evidence will be destroyed by then. I understand. Let me see what the captain has to say. Ha! This should not be approved. Please, Mr. Lavender. In an emergency, all decisions are to be made by the captain alone. Now, please wait here while I go ask the captain what to do. I'll be right back. You're not planning to erase evidence when you're doing your investigation, yes? Of course not. I'm a prosecutor. I'm gonna say that a lot, probably. And probably the next part where it's gonna be called I'm a prosecutor. Ha! We'll see. Mr. Edgeworth, you have the captain's permission to investigate the crime scene. But what unbelievable! I'm in your debt, Miss Tendro. However, there is one condition. I am to supervise you. Can you agree to that? Of course, I see no problem with that stipulation. It's only natural, as I am still a suspect in this case. I take full responsibility and will watch Mr. Edgeworth's every move. I hope this reassurance is enough that there will be no foul play. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, shall we proceed? If you should need my help with anything, please feel free to touch the partner button. It's time to head to the scene of the crime, the first floor lounge. Alright, first things first, always talk to your partner. Are you in need of assistance? Miss Sandra, I'd like to ask about the investigating of the lounge. As long as you have the captain's permission, I can't stop you from looking around. If you could pass a message along, tell him that I'm grateful for his spirits of cooperation. I will. However, please realize that you are still under suspicion. To be honest, I still have my doubts about you. Of course, and I take no offense. Do you really understand what I am saying? Yes, barely. Do you pinky swear you do, your honor as a professional prosecutor? I pinky swear do I have my honor as a professional prosecutor. Well, I guess that settles that. I feel my honor as a manslaughter expedition. I love this game. I love these games! Alright. Evidence? Even if you show that to me, I cannot allow you to for your reign. I'm sorry, but I must admit that I still have my doubts about you. Guilty until proven innocent, I see. Have anything to say about any of the evidence I have? Nope. Okay, so talk to you was literally a waste of my time. Let's talk to the other passengers before we head down. No, I accidentally talked to you in Don't get near you criminal! He said don't get near me, you criminal. I'm not the killer, and I intend to prove that I'm not starting now. But that's the contrary to the facts! That's the prosecutor! He says, but that's contrary to the facts. I can understand his English just fine, thank you very much. Hey miss, how about another glass? Excuse me, but I was wondering if you know anything about the murder. How about it? How about a glass together? I'm sorry, I must decline. I wasn't talking to you. I was asking the queue attendant. I'm sorry, but I'm on the clock right now. If you need a refill, I'd be happy to bring you another glass at any time. You got it, Toots. That's no way to talk to a lady. Yes, because you're very good at talking to ladies, that's worse. If I may have a word with you. This That's great to hear. However, I would like to ask you a few questions. Much was there, much here the whole time, so much wouldn't know. Eat or speak. Please pick one. Much. I think he chooses to eat. Yes, I can hear that. I want to thank you for your help back there, Miss Sandro. It was nothing. You should thank the captain for granting your permission. And just so everything is perfectly clear, I still don't trust you to that extent. I don't want you to think your standing with me has changed. I see. I'll bear that in mind. I received an order from the captain earlier. He wanted you to know that we reserve the right to stop your investigation if we feel like you are not making progress. And when we do, he asks that you please return to your seat at that time. So my time runs out, and his crew's discretion doesn't. I have to find a way to describe Miss Lambert's testimony before time's up. I understand. By the way, is there any place you think of where the killer might be hide on board? I don't think so. After every first-class passenger was accounted for at his or her seat, we made a thorough search of the plane. As for business and economy class, no one can move between the two classes in first class without a staff key card. We found no record of a car key being used at all. It means that I have a first-class killer on my hands. At least I know that much for sure. And one other thing. No one else has been allowed near this crime scene since the murder was discovered either. Now then, let's get started. But where should we start from? Let's start with Mr. Lambert's statement. The crime occurred between 6 a.m. and 6:15. During that interval, only person in the lounge was myself, which would make me the prime suspect. However, since I did not kill Mr. Hicks, that means that the killer was around somewhere else. I mean, he died in the elevator, so if we are to believe what you say is true, then yes. First order of business will be gather information to win your trust. Okay, so obviously, first things first, look at the body. What floor does this elevator serve? Only the first and second, although it can go down to the cargo hold. However, that requires a flight crew key card. So the only floors accessible to the passengers are the first and second. Huh. I won't rest until I inspect every suspicious nook and cranny. First things first, always look at the body. I doubt anyone has expected to find a dead body in an elevator on this flight. So, Mr. Hicks, he really is dead. Yes. She's trembling, though I can't fault her. I can't fault her for that when there's a corpse right there. Also, I'm surprised you're not trembling as much, seeing a dead body in an elevator. Mr. Hicks, if you're really dead, then please answer yes. I see she's over trembling now. Although a new symptom has appeared. Anyways, I should focus on the victim's body. Let's see. There's blood on the back of Mr. Hicks' head. Could that be the cause of death? He appears to have been struck very hard. Even though his glasses are broken. Interesting. What's this? A sinister-looking figure on the floor here. Oh, that's a piggy bank of our company's mascot, Mr. iFly. Just one of the many pieces of merchandise we sell in our in-flight shop. This bank is a limited edition. It's so popular that we're down to our last one. You have an in-flight shop. Yes, it's just beyond the lounge to the right. The shutters to the store is closed at the moment, but it was open the whole flight, up until Mr. Hicks' body was discovered. There's blood on here. Could this have been the murder weapon? Obviously. Money is strewn all over the elevator floor. I would guess it was all in Mr. Hicks' wallet at some point. Let's do a bit of logic here. true. There wasn't anyone else. There wasn't anyone else in the lounge other than myself right before the turbulence. But if the killer was in the elevator along the victim, then that's a different story. Okay, let's continue investigating. There's some spilled grape juice. Let's just say it. There's some spilled wine in front of the elevator. I assume it was spilled during the turbulence. Oh, we must clean that up. Someone might get hurt. Ah. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? I found something very important. Some very important evidence. What is the important piece of evidence in this scene? Obviously, it's the wine footprints. What is that? They're a little smudged, but I think we can both agree they are a set of footprints. So you think? Yes, these belong to our killer. Oh, then maybe we should check the shoe size of everyone in first class. I don't think that will be of any help to us. Unfortunately, the prints are too smudged, and it will be hard to make a hard to get a definitive match. Oh, I see. Glass and candles thrown into disarray by the turbulence. It's been a while since I've seen this big of a mess. It's terribly embarrassing. But I thought it was an earthquake for a second. And I frantically started searching for gas valves to shut off. I guess the shaking of the plane was bad enough to be mistaken for a real earthquake. Not that I would know since I was unconscious for most of it. No!
No! We have a very important question to answer. Was he unconscious because someone knocked him out, or he was unconscious because he was scared of because it felt like an earthquake?
Very important questions here. I saw an examine button. These counter windows offer a glimpse of the sky, but these clouds, they tell me nothing. Mr. Edgeworth, you look like you're talking to the clouds. Is that so? Then tell me, what do you suppose I say to them? I don't know, it looks like a rather one-sided conversation. The clouds, they tell me nothing. Okay, what do we have for logic again? I don't think I can connect anything via logic. These bottom glasses must have been broken by the turbulence. There's quite a bit of broken glass here. Please be careful when passing through the area. Thank you very much for the warning, Mr. Edgeworth. However, no matter how kind you are towards me, no, that does not clear up any suspicion I have about you. I wasn't warning you for the sake of clearing my name. This road leads to the flight attendant's room, but please do understand that it's off limits to unauthorized personnel. The room is giving off the scent of women perfume. One would think that perfume smells great, however, to me, it simply smells. Not that I have any interest in what lies behind this door. Perhaps we should return to investigation, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth? Sorry, I spaced out for a second there. Wait. This grand piano is the part of the piano. I can play the music if I order ever for a CD. We insert into the CD drive. That's not a piano. That's more like an overgrown music box. I'm sorry. That makes me laugh because this makes me. I don't know why, but this makes me think of. I don't know if we watched this Objection.lol during Extra Life last year, but there's a Objection.lol I know of that's just like Phoenix plays the piano or whatever, and it was really funny. But the keys to press along with the music, as though there's someone really playing it. Some people have entirely too much money to waste on overly complex toys. The implied shop is just beyond those shutters, but we don't have permission to open them, so I'm afraid we must leave them closed. There must be blue spots in this little lounge, even if I must remain vigilant. So I think I got everything within the village. Wait, did I? Nope, it has to stay in the lounge then. Alright, let's try to piece some logic together. Then, I guess that's the only thing I can think of. Let's try lump these two together. Not exactly a shining sense of perfect blending of logic. Alright! Wait. No! Not those! I didn't mean to connect those two. I can't see. Yeah, that's because I didn't mean to! A statue was bloodlining it next to the body of a man who was beaten to death. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, I think I figured something out. Yes, what is it? The way the blood is on this looks like it matches up with the wound on his head. Well, aren't we deserving of the Master of Oblivion of the obvious title? Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? Do you think it was worth investigating? It would appear that the figurine is our murder weapon. Well, I just knew it. I mean, I can't think of any other connection. Perhaps the Master of Obvious is more oblivious is more befitting. Okay, so finally we got the Mystic Lion. Okay, this is gonna sound stupid, but I have it! I'm sorry, but I don't understand, Mr. Edgeworth. I can prove that someone other than myself was here around the time of the murder. What? Really? Yes, it's rather simple, actually. The proof is in the pudding. Or rather, I'd say the grape juice in this case. Come on, we can just call it wine! These footprints here confess to me this very fact. That someone else exited the elevator alive. Seeing that how the victim is dead, that would mean a second person. But couldn't the footprints be from Mr. Hicks himself? But if you take a look at our victim's shoes, you can see that the soles are spotless. Which means Mr. Hicks wasn't alone in the elevator. In fact, it's quite the opposite. There was actually one other person inside the elevator. Alright. Well, I don't have any other logic to connect, so I guess I missed something investigating. Maybe I just talked to her. About the victim. I was wondering if you noticed anything, Mr. Andrew. Yes, I can't help but notice that the sad atmosphere in here. Yes, it is rather a tragic crime. I'll say, robbing the poor man after bludgeoning him to death, talking about robbing an assault. I can't forgive someone who would do that to a passenger of mine. I swear as a professional flight attendant that I will capture the culprit with my own hands. And I promise as the prosecutor I will solve this case with logic and deduction. I should go over all the leads I have collected so far one more time. The key is solving this lies at the intersection of my logic and evidence. I already did all the logic stuff. If these footprints do in fact belong to the culprit, then I would say it was careless of them to leave them. If I was a killer, I swear that as a professional killer, I'd never leave footprints behind. That's all well and good, but I'm afraid it's of little use in our pursuit of the killer. I feel like I'm still missing a link or two. So I'm missing a link or two. So that means I haven't investigated everything. Let me look at the body once more. Examine his hand. Am I sure I'm not missing anything? Wait, huh? A pity that the bronze statue knows not when a good drink has spilt on its feet. This statue of ours is the founder of Hugo Eyefly, who was a big fan of grape juice. I'm sure he would be thrilled to know that so much grape juice was at his feet. Is that a hint of hero worshipping I detect? I swear, I covered everything. There's gotta be something on the body that I missed. Because I can't do anything with logic. What if I... Yeah, I can't do anything with logic when I only have one song to think of! There's gotta be something on the body that I'm missing. Funny as Wait, what's this? Okay, it's more money. Okay, talked to her, shown her all the evidence. I'm obsessed. Okay. Just toppled over a chair. Yet another victim of the turbulence. Ah! No! Look at all that creep standing on a back. It may not look like it, but this chair was extremely valuable. It was? Yes, it was used when the rocker pals came toward this plane. The rocker pals, leader sat in this very chair. I'm sorry, but what are these rocker pals? I can't believe you've never heard of them. They're all the rage. The rocker pals are extremely popular international band. They added the pal part as they became more popular, especially among teens. Ah, that explains it. I'm not really one for the music of today.
Me neither, Edgeworth. Me neither. I wasn't even really a fan of the music of 2009. Or, 2016, 2017.
Okay, if I am to believe that this takes place between Justice for All and Trials and Tribulations, maybe I should ask Detective Gumshoe about them later. On second thought, I can already see how confusing that conversation would get. What am I missing? Anything? Nope. No more else to talk about. Don't have any logic to connect. The in-place shop is just beyond these shutters, but we don't have permission to open them, so I'm afraid we must leave them closed. There must still be clues to find me in this lodge. I must remain ever vigilant. I have been ever vigilant! I swear I examined like everything twice. Am I sure there's nothing I missed as the body? Like, am I sure? off this lanyard. Something's missing from this picture. Now, if I could just put my finger on it. Well, there's kind of nothing on the lanyard. Wait a second. What's this? Is this something different? There's something sticking out of his pocket. Hope he won't mind if I take a look what's inside. It's a picture. It looks like it was taken inside of a building somewhere. Deduce! Is this connected to any evidence I hold? Present! This crime scene completely contradicts this piece of evidence. I'm sorry, but where? Ah, the truth in my eyes now. I explain it simpler in fashion to you. Alright. Something missing from the scene right in front of me. How can I miss what? Wait a second. I had the right piece of evidence. I was just contradicting something. Lanyard, deduce. Photo of Mr. Hicks. It's Hicks' machine. This is nowhere to be found. His machine. His cell phone, Miss Tondro. So I guess it's because it's not here. Yes, I think we can safely deduce that the killer took it. Fucking finally, baby! What's going on over there? That's how we're gonna talk when Bishop does not speak English. That's how we speak when new. Unforgivable! This is unforgivable! Do you understand what I'm saying? The movie is late! It's the same level as bad as if the plane left for late! But the movie... What? I will not talk to you anymore. You're just wasting my time. What's the matter, Mr. Laverick? If there's no emergency, please return to your seat, sir. Do not tell me what to do. I need not to sit down. Well, Mr. Prosecutor, did you prove you're innocent yet? Well, if you'd like to, I'll prove my innocence to you right now. What nonsense! Are you saying that my eyewitness testimony is mistaken? Not mistaken, merely that there's room for doubt. I'd be most honored if you could please tell me what you saw in detail once more. Fine, suit yourself. I'm certain that I saw Mr. Hicks enter that elevator. It was in the needles on my pocket watch pointed to 6 and the 12. The body was discovered 15 minutes after in that lounge, yes? Then you, the only person in the lounge at the time. You must be the criminal. This elaborates conclusion to me seems to make logical sense. After all, the only person in the lounge at the supposed time of the murder was me. So, my eyewitness testimony. You think you could destroy me with it? Then come let me see it. Hurry! Do I look like a man who has to have time to wait for you? Why is he so irritated? I'm the one accused of murder here! Wanna be my first rodeo? But this time I have to defend myself. I can't have a childhood friend help me. He's too busy dealing with other murders. Right? Shit. Actually, is Phoenix dealing with shit right now? Let's just say Phoenix is dealing with shit right now, okay? Anyways, I must find a way to scream in Mr. Librarian's account somehow. Fast! I'm certain I saw Mr. Hicks enter that elevator. Mr. Librarian, were you able to get a good look inside the elevator at the time? Of course, I saw that. I saw what was inside. And you sure that the victim was in the elevator alone? Yes, the only person inside the side was Mr. Hicks man. Plus outboard, it's important to let go. Was he really alone? Of course. I will even bet 1 cent. A cheap ante for a cheap testimony. But if that's how you want to play it, I'll happily take your 1 cent. I was in the needles. It was so in the needles on my watch pointed to the 6 and the 12. I assume the pocket watch in this case is the one that you keep checking. Is that correct? Oh, you noticed. It's a very expensive antique, I'll have you know. The feeling is wonderful when I finally wind it up by hand. It does look very well designed and quite classy. I'll have to charge you if you want to touch it. Ah, that's quite all right. Let's continue with your testimony. What a cheap man like you are. Now return to you waste it back to me. If we must, I saw Mr. Hank enter the elevator at 6 o'clock. It's true that I found the victim's body at 6:15. And that's when I found the 2 of them as well. As you see, it all matches my testimony. Then you're the only person at the lodge at the time. Must be the criminal. That's the most mistaken way of thinking I've never heard of. No, you silly opinion. There's what's mistaken. Please calm down, the both of you. In a sense, you are both mistaken. Well, if that is the whole pot calling the kettle black, then I don't know what is. I spy a little hole in his words. As you wish, Mr. Lebrick, I will now show you proof of my innocence. Oh, obviously. I know this. The only person in the lounge at the time. Objection! Fuck! So you're correct, but what does that have to do with our present situation?
Then I fucking don't know.
Alright, I guess we can't really check it. Wait, I had the right idea. I was just presenting it on the wrong statement. No. Only person in that. Then how do you explain the footprints? Objection! Mr. Lambrick. What is it? There's a very glaring contradiction in your testimony. What do you mean? Please take a look at the area in front of the elevator. There's spilled grape juice. Yes. And what would you admit there's... Will you admit there's also spilled spilled it with the blood. No, it spilled itself during the turbulence. But the interesting thing here is the set of grape-shooting footprints. Footprints! Yes, the ones that lead from within the elevator out to the lounge itself. It's evidence that proves that someone other than Mr. Hicks exited the elevator alive. There must have been another person inside the elevator with Mr. Hicks. Now then, I'm done playing games. Why don't you tell us the truth?
Did you tell us the truth in, your foreign language?
Because I don't think I said any truths when I read. That's how we speak Winding. Can you please translate for us? No way, that's totally impossible. I guess is what he said. No way, that's totally impossible. I know there was no other person in there. I saw it with my own eyes. If you want to know what I think, Mr. Edgeworth, I don't think Mr. Lambert is lying to us. I suppose she's right. He doesn't seem to be lying. But then, what does this mean? What about this contradiction? Mr. Lambert, please just one more time, will you recall the details of what you witnessed from me? What I saw for two. I was very upset when Mr. Hicks passed by my seat. I was always checking the time over and over again, having to follow what that man with eyes when he passed me. I saw clearly into the elevator he was entering, but I swear there was no one else inside. No one. Celebric, if you please calm down. What? Don't you dare. Dare you have an issue with my eyewitness testimony? No, not at all. Please, forget I said anything. Yet again, he does not appear to be lying. But I can't let this testimony stand as the truth. So you're still upset now? I'm always upset! The only time I'm not is when I have a piece of art in my hand. Not surprisingly easily about him. But I was even more upset when Mr. Hicks walked by me. I was always checking the time over and over again. Why are you so attentive to the time? Because something unforgivable was happening. Come to think of it, you were yelling something about something unforgivable earlier. I was giving a complaint to the attendant about the movie starting time. Return back my time and money. You understand the point. Movie. Missy, you're talking about the in-flight movie that's mentioned in the magazine. Summary of the plot and start time. Interesting. They were supposed to show License to Love, Laugh, Mind, and Murder. I cannot see that movie in my country. I can only see it on international flights. I look forward greatly to that movie. I checked my pocket watch whenever possible so I would not miss it. I even set my pocket watch to the destined time when I came on board. And so my watch is not wrong. It matches the schedule. But the movie was late. Very, very late. Your pocket watch. I'd like to ask you a little more about that if that's alright. The movie I wanted to see would not start, so I checked my pocket watch many times. So this movie you mentioned, is it the one listed in Sky Magazine? Yes! I was looking forward to watching License to Love, Laugh, Maim, and Murder. Miss Tenra, was this movie shown on this flight? Yes, it was shown at the scheduled time. Isn't that possible that you simply stepped through it by accident? Nonsense! You doubt me? No! Now stop pointing at me like that. Odd. How did he miss a movie that he was clearly hoping to see? I checked my pocket watch a great number of times. That's how much I know for sure. My watch is set to my destined time. I always set it when I'm aboard planes. Are you sure about what you just testified, Mr. Lamb? Yes, of course. I'm very a busy man. I am immediately busy when I land. I have many places to go and no time to watch my pocket watch. I see. That's a very valuable statement you just made. Flatter me all you want, but you'll not get a cent out of me. That's alright. All I require is this piece of testimony. Happen to follow that man with... Since you only happened to see him, is that possible you missed something in that glance? Even if I happened, I did not miss a thing. And how can you be so sure? Just because! I would appreciate it if you don't take my life so lightly with a simple just because. Well then, I was only making a joke. I saw Mr. Hicks alright. And I saw clearly into the elevator he was entering. Is it possible that someone was hiding inside? What? Are you daring tell me? I haven't belief in my insight. When I look for art to sell, I'm often told I have great sight for art. I think the phrase you were looking for were great sense, although that's debatable. But isn't it possible that someone was just outside your line of sight? Are you persistent? I told you I looked clearly. But I swear there was no other one inside. No one. Why do you insist that you're absolutely not mistaken? Because when I say I'm not wrong, I'm not wrong. Miss Labrick, I think beyond misconceptions and mistaken lies the truth. Funny that suspiciously mirrors something I told her only once a while ago. I honestly don't think Mr. Labrick is lying. I don't think he is lying either. But I think he might be mistaken about it. Mistaken? Yes, and I'm going to correct this mistake over recollection with evidence. And this professional attendant shall witness the prowess of a professional prosecutor. I suppose this is where you insert your coin. I have to say, for a piggy bank, it's made rather well. So in fact, I'm rather not sure. In fact, I'm not sure whether way to take your money out. There's some blood on one of the corners. Could this piggy bank be the murder weapon? I'm gonna try something a little stupid. Well, stupid works sometimes. Mr. Labrick, you said this just now in your testimony. I even set my pocket watch to watch the destination time when I came on board. Now, if your watch has been set to our destination's time zone, it would mean that your watch is displaying time in the time of our destination. Yes, and the correct time is worth 6 cents. I would like you to take a look at this. If you believe the sky Megas, clocks on this flight will run in accordance with the time zone of our departure time zone. Of course, the movie schedule was created with that in mind. Miss Tendril, for confirmation's sake, what time zone is this flight aligned for right now? Well, we made a short stop at a transfer point. That's right. It was in that small Asian country, Republic Zhengfa, but we didn't readjust our onboard clocks at that time. So right now we're still running on the Bolsheling time. What? The time difference between Bolsheling and our destination is 9 hours. In that case, it's only natural that your watch would be out of sync with the schedule. What? Further with your analog watch to set the destination time, it would appear to be running at 3 hours fast compared to the flight's onboard clocks. It also changes everything about your testimony, and you can't bet 1,000,000 cents on that. In light of this information, it means you saw Hicks at 3 hours prior to that 3 a.m. Yeah, 5,000,000 cents. This should be all cleared up for remaining accusations. This basically widens the frame. So this basically widens the time frame of the time of death, right? Yes, because Mr. Liebert saw the victim enter the elevator at 3 a.m. It means that the time of death could be anywhere from 3 to 6:15 a.m. The question now is where was Mr. Hicks during that span of time, and what was he doing? I got something to say. And you are? Yeah, oh, I'm Cammy Me. I'm a flight attendant. And what is it you wish to say? Well, I think your story is a little different from how I remember it. What do you mean, Cammy? I saw Mr. Six sitting in his seat at 5 a.m., you know? What? How can you be so sure of that time? Oh, that's right. He pushed his call button while we were parked in the transfer part. Ah, the stop we made for the refueling and Congo transfer in the Zhengfa, correct? Yes, it was from 4 to 5 a.m., according to our clocks. And during that time, did any of the passengers leave, or did any new ones board this flight? No. Not a single person got off in Zhengfa. What about these flights? What about the freight crew? The few who are hanging the cargo transfer might have temporarily got on and off, but eventually everyone, including Cammy and myself, came back on the plane. So basically, I can assume no one left or got on since our initial takeoff. Interesting. I should keep that in mind. Yeah, and I answered his call. I can tell Mr. Abby Hicks was there in his seat when we took off again at 5 a.m. Alright then. That puts the time of murder between 5 and 6:15 a.m. Okay, now what time did you come down to the lodge, Mr. Edgeworth? I remember coming down here almost as soon as we left the Republic of Sanfa. Ah! You were here the whole time from 5, yes? And you're the only one who could be the killer. You realize your mistake, Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth, were you really in this lodge the entire time from 5 a.m. onwards? Unfortunately, yes. But then, how do we explain the footprints? Is that not obvious? This man waited for Mr. Hicks here in the lodge and waited to kill him. And then he put the corpse in the elevator. That's when the turbulence happened. My eyes witness testimony maybe have been mistaken, but what time I saw Mr. Hicks enter the elevator on the second floor does not matter, because the entire incident included here in this lounge. Everything happens in this lounge. Is that what you really believe, Mr. Lambert? Well, what, do you have another idea? I simply feel that there's something out of place in the scenario you presented. There's something that can tie this crime to a location other than the lounge. Oh! Cell phone? I don't need to hear your wild desperation stories. Gasping for beads, I think is how you say it, yes? Ah! I didn't mean to pull that piece out. I was simply of a hand, I assure you. the murder weapon. What about the murder weapon? It's the murder weapon. This little piggy bank sold in the in-flight shop. It's sold there and only there. It's not displayed here in this, and it's not displayed here in this lounge. How then did it find its way here? Did you find that a little teeny bit suspicious? Such a trivial point. The only matter means you prepared it, taking it from the shop first before coming here. Does it not prove you're innocent at all? Is there no way to win with this man? If I may. What is it? You see, well, it's just as Mr. Edgeworth says. Oh, what do you know? Why do you know this so well? Well, it's just that piggy bank was in there. It was in the shop. I saw it with my own eyes. And when was this? It was maybe around 5:40 a.m. Isn't that just before we hit that patch of turbulence? That's right. You were just in the shop. You were in the shop just before the turbulence? Yes, I was. Come to think of it. Miss Tendro, when I found the body, I believe you came out of that door. Yes, I did. And what is beyond that door? That's the flight attendant's room. Then you're on the first floor. Yes. I had to do something at the shop and in the flight attendant's room. So I went to the shop first, and then to the flight attendant's room. Are you saying that you passed by me at some point? Yes. You seemed really into the issue of Sky Magazine you were reading at the time. I don't suppose you noticed me walking by. I figured to recall someone walking by, but I didn't take note of who it was. Anyways, the piggy bank was definitely different. Was definitely there at the shop when I went there. Why did you go to the shop in the first place? I went there for a work-related manner. Work, you say? Yes. The upkeep of the shop is also one of my responsibilities. Why didn't you say anything until just now? What I want to know. Well, it hasn't really been relevant up until this point. In any case, I believe it's clear that the shop needs to be investigated as well. Shall we head over there then? What is it now? Aren't you forgetting something, Mr. Rona? Don't you need the captain's permission to check the shop? No, I haven't forgotten, but I have already asked him for permission to search the entire plane. So I think we're all right. Huh, that's weird. What is it? Well, maybe I'll just talk to I just talked to the captain, see? And he says that he didn't give you permission to do anything like that at all. What's the meaning of this, Miss Tendro? I mean, she's lying. Go on, admit it, you are. You said that you had permission to search all over, but you didn't own. And yet, here you are. You're a flight attendant? What are you trying to pull? Pull the sheep over us? The captain's calling for you, Miss Rodna. Oh, but don't you worry. I already got permission to search the shop from the captain. See, unlike you, I do things the right way. Miss Tendro, why would you do such a thing? Please excuse me. Looks like I get to be in charge now. Please go back to your seat, Mr. Lambert. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth. If you wouldn't mind telling me, I'd be your guide from now on. There's something about Miss Tendro that piqued my curiosity. But right now, investigating in an in-flight shop is my top priority. So this is the in-flight shop. It's quite a mess in here. You think? Guess I'll have to clean things up then. Tee-hee! Hold on. You can't clean up a potential crime scene. Oh, thank goodness. I hate cleaning so much. I mustn't rush things here. I must remain cool, calm, and collective. Just like everybody thinks I shall be. Because this piggy bank was left at the crime scene. There's just a very good chance that the killer had paid this place a visit. Alright, let's talk to her first. Always talk to... I don't know much about the shop, but you can still ask me whatever. So what do you think about what happened regarding this case? Oh, I don't know. I think you're the killer, though, Mr. Edgeworth. I can't assure you that I can't assure you that I am here in this shop to prove that just the opposite. Yeah, but it was me who got the permission to look around. You know. Oh, don't forget that, okay? How am I supposed to thank you properly if you insist on falling asleep? Well, you know. What really, sir, you think? You see that item for sale over there? Sorry, but you're gonna have to make do with my words of appreciation. Ooh, I'd love to have this piece of jewelry. Can I have it? No, you may not. This is a prosecutor's badge. Pooey, why did you show it to me? I wanted to prove that I really am a prosecutor. And that's not possible for a prosecutor like me to have committed crimes such as...
She falls.
Hey! Godot murders! Okay, he hasn't murdered yet, but he's going to murder. And this is truly before trials and tribulations.
I see that I'm just wasting my time here. Who is Cousin Hair here?
So what's that? Are you gonna give it to me? Oh, I'm not supposed to accept any presents. Unless they're really worth something. Miss Runa said this piggy bank was in the shop, right? Wait, did you find her a teeny bit suspicious? I don't think I can say either way yet. There's not enough evidence to convince me that she was lying about anything back there. Are you sure about that? So what's that? Are you gonna give it to me? No, I'm not supposed to accept any presents. That's for something. Okay. Like I said earlier, I was the one answering people's calls when they were feeling a sofa, and Mr. Hick was in his seat at that time. What time was that again? He called around 5 a.m. You were at your seat around then too, you know. I do recall people calling for service around that time. Even if this turns out to be a waste of time, I must stand firm. I just know that there is a vital clue or two waiting me here in the shop. Alright, let's actually investigate then. What are these? Oh, those are our company completely original line of suitcases. They're practically flying out the doors. That's how popular they are. You should buy one and see how you like it. You won't regret it. Perhaps that's how things work on this flight, but in the real world, you try, then you buy. No, wait. But either way, it doesn't really matter. Sure, either way, why would you buy a suitcase after they boarded the plane? Anyways, see that? Just look at all the Mr. In-Fly head paints on there. Cute and company mascot, isn't there? They're painted on with lots of care. Doesn't he look like he's about to jump out at you? Isn't that certainly making something jump inside my stomach? Huh? Oh, I guess there's no fooling you. No fooling your refined tastes. You look like you really wanted to get one. I thought I was going to finally make my first sale, but you saw right through me. Glad that's done with, though. Never try to make me give you a sales pitch ever again, okay? But I never showed any interest to begin with. It's really pretty horrible, isn't it? You want to know something? This suitcase was designed by Miss Rolna. Miss Hendro designed this. Yeah, it's a company-wide contest. Well, it does have a very sharp design sense. Ha! Sharp, like stinky sharp cheddar, maybe. I really had no idea why the big wigs decided to go with it. So blah. Miss Hendro designed this, did she? That's something not something I would expect. Ah! You okay? I'm fine. Please watch yourself, Miss Merrily. Letting a suitcase really roll around has gotta be a safety violation. Here, I'll put it back. There's a wide selection of souvenirs for sale in these display cases. You know what I suggest? Sorry, but I have no interest in buying souvenirs on this trip. Okay, then how about you buy something for me as a present? I can't think of a single reason why I want to buy you anything. But I had my eye on that pendant for so long. Try paying some attention to me when I ask you to do something when we'll talk. The glasses from this display case are all shattered on the floor, and it looks like there's nothing displayed inside it either. Wait, actually, I think there's something. What's this? A mini captain hat? All kinds of luxury name brand merchandise for sale in this display case, and they're lined up just in a manner as to scream, "Buy me!" to any passing buyer. Beautiful flowers in a beautiful arrangement. It fills the cleansed by just looking at them. Mr. Edgeworth, you're getting pollen all over. Oh, excuse me. Okay, let's see if I can get some logic together. Plain shaking pasta to roll. In play, suitcases displays can be hazardous. Maybe... No, not. Just thinking. Trying here. Not exactly a shining example of perfect line of logic. I don't see how these things could be put together, though. Maybe... This hat probably used to be on the piggy bank's head. Let's give it a go and see. I believe this piggy bank was forcibly removed from the display case. Does this mean that the killer broke the glass to get at it? Really? Don't tell me you don't know things. You don't know what things that go where in the shop. Well, I don't. Miss Rona is in charge of this place. So come on, how should I know anything? I sense that further inspection of this display case is needed. I won't rest. Alright. Is this the same man as the one portrayed on the statue inside the elevator? Yeah, that's a paperweight found by of the founder of iFly Airline, Mr. Hugo iFly. On the bottom shelf we have a cute one, and the middle one is a realistic one. And on the top shelf, that's a floral version. Floral? Are you sure about that? Let me guess. You'll just say that's the first thing came to your mind, right? Looks like I hit the bullseye. The glass on this door is broken. Perhaps it was the killer who broke into the order to take the piggy bank. But it was a bit odd that inside the case was the defaulted glass shard. Plus, the glass broke rather cleanly. Ah! Well, what is it? I touched the glass and I cut my finger. It hurts, Mr. Edgeworth. It hurts. Please tell me you can deal with such a minor cut on your own. Glass on the door is broken, perhaps. She cut her finger again. God damn it! Airplane and airlines were related bucket lines on the shelf. History of airline plans, future of airline plans, the 7 wonders of iFly. Flight on iFly Airlines. Workout name, you go line. iFly. I love. Hotels make it very clear that they won't be making the top sellers anytime soon. What do I have for evidence again? Wait, isn't it obvious? This is... He has to... Wait, no, I wanted to do... Not check my evidence. That this is where the piggy bank was? This is definitely something unusual about this. About what? If the killer had broken the glass at the Mr. iFly Bank, there should be shards of glass inside the case itself. Oh, I see. I guess it'd be like that. However, there's not a single piece of glass inside the display case. Nope. Nope, there isn't. Which means that the glass is broken from the inside out. The piggy bank must have fallen out from the turbulence room and right into the glass. Yeah, that's for sure. So much for glass all over the floor. I'm willing to bet that this hat was knocked off its head at the time. That's nice. Which leads me to believe that the killer took the iFly from the turbulence, after the turbulence. Take your power naps off on your own time, Miss Amelia, and listen when I'm talking. But the murder occurred before the turbulence, which rules out the piggy bank as the murder weapon. You mean the bank is not the real murder weapon? It's a fake? Yes, at this point, it's a real possibility. But when that happened, then what if the killer went to take Mr. iFly? They broke the glass by accident. The display case is locked, so that's highly unlikely. Yeah, but there's one person who could have. Oh, and who would that be? Miss Rona, of course. I mean, she's the one in charge of this place, so she has the key to everything. It's unintentional, huh? No, I got everything. Guess I have some logic then to connect. Wait! This might be foolish. Yes, there's definitely something wrong here. What? What's this yelling? Tell me, Miss Wheat. Meal. Do you think there's something strange about these suitcases? Oh, well, sure, they're totally... Ooh, strange, like the color and such. That's not what I'm talking about. Now pay attention! Ah, you're scaring me, Mr. Edgeworth. Sorry. Force of habit. I'm usually dealing with a certain idiot. But you know, this game isn't about him! These suitcases were lined up a bit too prim and proper. Yeah, but they look a bit uptight, don't they? I guess they take after the creator. He. Again, that's not what I meant, Miss Mila. Don't you find it unusual that these cases are the only thing that is disrupted by the turbulence? Never mind, I would sooner find an answer by inspecting these suitcases myself. Upon closer inspection, they're really quite hideous. I wonder how Miss Rona would react if she heard what you just said. What's wrong? She makes a good point. It would be wise of me not to watch what I say out loud. What's this? I spotted something that's not quite right. What is unusual about these suitcases? I mean, the flowers on the ground seem too obvious. Wait. These have stoppers, but these ones don't. There's something very peculiar about these wheels. Huh? As in, there are no stoppers in place on these. Without stoppers, one would think that the turbulence would have sent it flying. And so it's very likely that the suitcase was placed here after we hit that turbulence. Let's take a closer look at it, shall we? It appears to be unlocked. Let's take a look at what's inside. A piece of cloth. And it's soaked with blood. Ah! It's blood! It appears that the suitcase is very surely tied to our murder after all. Nailed it. But explain this to me. What does this suitcase have to do with the murder? I believe it's pretty safe to say that the killer used this suitcase in some manner, such as to move something, perhaps. Huh? Aren't you just talking about the cloth then? That alone is too small. A larger item would be needed to move something. What I'm thinking. The thing I believe the killer used to use Sanford is the body. It's the only big thing in our evidence. The body! Something that would fit inside the suitcase is that is also covered in blood. Sounds like a dead body, doesn't it? Obviously. But in light of this, I'd say that Mr. Hicks was moved into the elevator after something else was placed, which means that the murder was committed on an entirely different location. So you're saying that after moving the body into the elevator, the killer brought the suitcase in here and just left it? Exactly. What is it? Nothing. It's just that I was thinking about what Miss Rona said about coming here for something. Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth? I wanted give you a bit more. Oh, I wanted to give you a little bit more time, but I'm afraid I wasn't able to convince the captain. I'm very sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. But the captain feels that he's not has allowed you ample time. He says that he's appreciated if you could wrap it up, and you return to your seats. I understand his sentiment. However, if I'm not allowed to complete my investigation, the crime scene may become contaminated by the time we land. If I must stop, then I insist I'd be allowed to oversee the preservation of these two sites. Understand your supervision. Under your supervision, of course. If that's your only condition, then I believe we can accommodate your wishes. I'm here to assist you in any way that I can, Mr. Edgeworth. That's the murderer. Sounds like fun. We can camp out together. We can camp out and watch over everything together. I found proof that the real crime scene was not in the lounge. And I have enough evidence to prove myself to be innocent of any wrongdoing. And yet, regarding what Miss Mailer reminded me about Miss Tencho, I can't allow my investigation to end here. The truth must be coming to light.
Well, that sounds like a good stopping point. To be quite frank with you, I think it's a
Good ending spot. So yes. We'll save. I'm gonna get to some music as we wrap up for tonight. Or I guess. I could just close out because I saved and it'll be fine. So, yes, hello, thank you one, thank you all for joining me tonight as we started our investigation 9,000 feet in the air. So, yeah, like I said, you guys hope you all enjoyed tonight, and at this point, I guess it is, who in a raid? The answer is, I don't think I don't know if my friends are alive. Okay, let's check. Fortunately, I don't think I target then. Which is sad, because obviously my answer would be I would love to raid Elena, but she doesn't have her raids. So I think we're just gonna end it because I don't have a raid target. I'm sorry, bye!